What's it feel like out here?
You see how much Rob was sweating yesterday?
Yeah, I was there. It's crazy how you get used to certain weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cold.
And when it drops to 50 degrees.
Wait till you got trained in that fucking gym when it's 95 degrees outside. It's brutal.
Leave the door open.
I'm trying not to get sick right now. I feel sick. I feel sick.
I'm feeling a little woozy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect amount of warm up.
What's that?
That means you got the perfect amount of warm up.
I'm gonna prop it open just to get some more air.
Where'd he go?
He's still breathing. Taking a break.
Didn't get all you wanted for Christmas, huh? So didn't get all you wanted for Christmas, huh? Well, time to squat-a-roo, my friend.
It's not gonna lift itself.
That's right.
I think we can go a little higher now. We don't have
That's.
Aubrey or Scott.
I think that's the right bar height for you guys.
Think so?
Yep.
Seems awful low.
We'll try it out and see.
Eight reps.
Yeah, dog. 8 reparoos. Let's try to get the first few as perfect as we can.
Yeah.
There's a little feller. Feel better now? I didn't feel too hot yesterday.
There's some stuff going
There you go. See your ass back a little bit harder. Push your knees up a little bit more. But it's pretty close. Better. Try not to butt wink it at the bottom. Keep your butt sticking out at the bottom. Push out. Not too bad. Still winking it a
there. When you
little
say
bit.
stick
Yeah,
it down.
sticking out, push your knees out, and push your butt out. Better. Eyes up a little higher. Feel your back rolling, like at the
Yeah.
bottom. Don't do that.
See, that's what, when I feel like I do that.
So stay there. Now just push your knees out as hard as you can. Don't round that. Feel how it's doing it?
Yeah, still around.
Yeah, yeah. Keep it right. Better, better. Put it in your hamstrings. That was it. That was a lot less butt when it goes a lot better. Still a little bit there, and that's not too bad.
So I feel like
He's like phlegm, like getting me too. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
You sure that's one? What'd you do last night? You working at the truck stop?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Probably about side gigs.
It's not gay if it's through the drywall. You were talking a lot about side gigs earlier, that's for sure. For you, it's side gaps.
Oh,
Oh.
thanks.
All right, here we go. Get chest up a little higher. There you go, just a little bit deeper than you got. A little bit deeper. Get those hips loosen up. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, with just the bar, it's hard to do. Let's go a quarter on each side and clip it. Okay. All right, beefcakes. We'll rest like we got one more guy going in between us.
It's all that Christmas ham fighting.
Christmas ham.
Or whatever you guys do.
Taters.
Yeah.
I ate great last night and this morning. 7.5 hours sleep.
Slept from 8 to 5.
9 hours.
I gotta have at least 8.5 or I don't function. I can do it for a day or two, but after that I really start feeling it, or I'll get sick. But I've been that way for 25 years.
As long as you've been training.
Yeah.
Training hard.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
I feel like I'm making like 9 something. I'm tired. Although I don't ever really wake up and feel good.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you last time I woke up and felt like great.
Like you bump out of bed and you're just like, I want to fucking kick today in the dick.
It happens sometimes.
No butt wake. Keep it, push back, push out harder. Open, open, open. That was better. That was a little better. 2, 3. That's it. 4, 5. A little deeper. Push out, push out. 6. Try to sit back a little more. 7. Don't let your knees come forward too much. Push back, push back. Good. It's getting better. Right at the very bottom, you're just kind of going this way instead of staying back and out.
I don't know how it's doing.
It's just your body doesn't want to load your hamstrings, so you just gotta teach it. It takes time.
PCM software update.
Yeah.
It's not taking the latest calibration.
It's a TPS report. All right, here we go. Chest up. Go a little bit deeper on this one now. We got some weight on there. A little deeper. 1, 2, a little deeper. 3, a little bit more. 4, 5, a little bit more. 6, 7, there it is. 8, that was better. You're tight today from Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, I didn't want to go any lower.
Yeah.
I hit a wall.
The 7th and 8th one, you started breaking parallel. Let's add a 10. Okay, rest about 1 minute. Yeah, that's what people don't realize. Like, if you're doing a real hard manual labor job, it's really hard to do legs twice a week. It takes a long, long time. That's why I don't want, what's his name, coming in on Fridays for a long time because he's so out of shape.
Well, any of them
Yeah.
have been doing it for.
Shoot, we've been doing it, I still feel that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I said, shoot, we've been doing it, I still feel that shit.
It's gonna take a long time.
Probably just,
The old marathon.
probably just fighting exhaustion. I've been doing like nothing on the weekends too, I've just been sitting, watching TV.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Still feeling a little beat up. You've been really busy at the shop.
Yeah,
Decent.
it picked up.
I'm telling you, man, that Sunday, it accumulates. It'll take you a couple of months. You know, like when Joey first came, he only came for a month. He couldn't handle it anymore. But he was also going through a fucking mental breakdown. But,
And hard
yeah. But it takes a while for your body to adjust to it, and you're probably hitting that now, because you've been coming for 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, that's when it starts to set in, about week 3. So,
It's making its presence known.
if you guys want me to explain butt wink, I'll do a video on it just for Patreon only, on why you should avoid trying to do that and work on your technique. Matt's getting ready to go now. We've been working on his form for a couple of months, and as you can see, it takes time. So it's not something that's normal, but butt wink is one thing you definitely want to get away from. Push out. Not too bad. Still a little bit. Turn your toes straighter. Now widen your feet a little. There you go. Now keep your toes straight when you go down. Push it in. It's a little better. 2. 3, came back a little bit. Keep sticking it out. 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7, that was your best one.
1 more.
8, that one didn't butt wink at all. That was pretty good. I said my man got these Lifetime Snap-on socks. That's when you know you're fucking big leagues.
Take the freebies.
You spend $50,000 on tools, you get a free pair of socks. Don't you know that? Yeah.
$50,000 pair of socks.
These are like the nicest socks.
They're the shit, huh? Well, next time the Snap-on guy comes around, get me a pair.
What, would be like a size?
13.
13?
Let's go.
But bring the stance in a little bit. Right?
Bring it in just a tick. Yeah, just a little bit. There you go.
Right here.
Yep. Just work on your flexibility. Break it all loose. Much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not our Ray, but guy Ray Leatherman says he's got some, and he said they're 10 years old. The Snap-on socks.
I've definitely got some that are a couple years old.
Let's pull that off and go a wheel.
So I don't think Ray's old enough to have a 10-year-old pair of socks.
Well, it's hard to get Snap-on socks when all you got's Cobalt tools. He's not even up to blue points yet. See, he's washing lettuce. Soon he'll be up to fries. Then he'll be working the grill. Then he'll be assistant manager, and that's when the big bucks start rolling in. I seen Coming to America.
I haven't.
You haven't seen that? Oh my God. I'm gonna look through my movie collection and let you borrow like 5 of them.
I know.
Just gotta promise to bring them back because they're getting hard to find.
I'm missing all the references.
I haven't seen it before.
That's an amazing one. If you guys are watching right now, we got 35 people watching. We need some thumbs up. We need to start getting these lives a little bit more interactive.
Matt said he needs more interactive on his Facebook Live, so I'm gonna have to start dancing
Alright, take
between
my pants off.
sets.
Show them the snap-on thong.
You got your premium buyer.
You know those are 10 years old because it's got a 10-year-old skid mark in it. I remember that night. 6 chalupas and a Baja Blast. The last time I ate Taco Bell, that happened to me big time. I can't remember where I was. It was like out west. There was nowhere to eat, and I was starving my ass off. And I'm like in the middle of like Oklahoma or like New Mexico. It was a place that was pretty deserty and like arid. And I see this fucking Taco Bell attached to this gas station. I'm like, man, I gotta fucking eat. So I get like 10 soft tacos, which, that ain't shit. I'm eating that and I get a Baja Blast and I'm drinking it and I'm like, hey, that didn't hurt my stomach too bad, Like I was thinking this is gonna be bad. So I sat around the truck stop for like 20 minutes to see if it was gonna, hit turn 4, and it didn't. So I hop back on my bike and take off, heading down the highway. I get probably like 35 miles away. There's nothing, nowhere, nothing. And I feel my stomach just everything hit the bottom. And it's like, you got about 8 minutes before you just literally shit yourself. I fucking pulled off into this field and I had this old pair of socks. Dude, it was fucking horrible. I actually measured the distance of how far I could get it to like shoot out, It was about 6.5 feet. I thought it was pretty good.
What?
Yeah. There used to be this, I can't remember what the damn website was. It was a bunch of Mexicans and they would shit off a bridge and they'd measure it and then the guys would win trophies. It was like way like back like 25 years ago. It was, what was that called? It was crazy. I said, man, I would have hung with those dudes. But they had one guy on there that was like 12.5 feet of a straight spray. They're like, what the hell? What are they eating? It's got to be the water.
It's got nothing to do.
Okay,
Well, dude,
let's go.
You go 12 feet that way. I feel like I'd be going 5 feet this way. Cause like you gotta piss the
Spray pattern,
Yeah.
like
Come on.
like a game weather.
Yeah. Okay. Knees out real hard at the bottom. Keep the pressure in your hamstrings. That was actually pretty good. 1. Sit back harder. 2. Better. 3. Now you're not rounding as much. That looks pretty good. 4. That was a little bit. 5. 6. Chest up. 7. Good. 1 more. 8. Good. Knees travel a little farther forward on the last couple reps, but your back's not. You're not winking as much, so that's good. Your back's not rounding as much.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like when I lean forward, I'm going down further.
Yeah, but your hips are not. Yeah, it's hard
Where
because.
I would think that's rounding my back, but when I try to
So if look,
sit
like
upright-
hip extension is. So this isn't rounding your back. This is rounding your back.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
actually, what feels like I'm rounding my back is I'm actually keeping it straight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, and everybody will have a different amount of lean depending on their torso and femur links. So, and their muscle development. This is the hardest part with squat technique is that a lot of people go, well, there's not a one size fits all, and that's partially true, but patience is the number one priority when you're learning how to squat correctly. Because when I first met Chuck Vogelpool, he had perfection on a squat that I've never seen before. It was like 5'9", 5'8.5", and he just fucking pushed out and his chest stayed upright, had just a tick of a lean, but everything was like fucking perfect. And as I started watching all the guys at Louis' place, we had guys that were 6'6" all the way down to 5'4", and all of them had the same technique. It just, the guys that were taller and had less advantageous leverages to squatting, it took way longer for them to learn it. But once they did, they got really strong. So a lot of times what people mistake as, I'm just not built to do it that way, is what you're really telling people is you're not patient enough to get rid of the muscles that you've already learned how to do things incorrectly and figure out how to do it right. That's the biggest problem with squatting. I think everyone can squat pretty close to like how I and Chuck and like those guys squatted, because I shouldn't be able to squat like I squat. I'm 6'1", but it took me 6 or 7 years to perfect it. So it's not one of those things you're going to learn in a session and be like, oh yeah, I totally figured it out. You know, it's like
Yeah.
when I kind of knew how to squat, I could do 826. When I really learned how to do it, 5, 6 years later, I squatted 1200. I mean, it's a 400-pound difference. You know what I mean? With the same gear on. All right.
What's his difference? I'm lucky if I can get to that.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
It's like 40, 400.
The biggest trick with that is in your mind. You have to come to terms in your mind that a 500-pound squat's not heavy. You know, once you start realizing that certain weights are just not that big, they become second nature, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. There you go. This set should feel better. It should be pretty loose. Dunk the first one. Always, the first one's always deep. Just up, knees out. Good. 1, 2, perfect. 3, 4, 5. Keep your chest up. 6, eyes higher. 7, that's it. 8, much better. Yeah. Out of 10. Yeah. Is this supposed to be super nice out today? Is that what I hear?
I have no idea.
I think it's supposed to start getting cooler. Like down into the 30s.
Yeah,
Last check.
Oh.
The wind last night was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, long branches.
Your power flavored a couple of times.
Yeah.
Doesn't usually happen very often, so.
Yeah. I didn't have any power. Where I'm at, I'm up on a huge hill, so I don't have any wind blockage from trees or anything. I mean, I do on the sides, but like the way the wind normally blows,
Yeah.
east to west, I don't have any protection really.
We have some, but not a ton.
Same.
A lot of cornfields.
What do you guys think it is out right now? About 40? 45?
I'd say it's somewhere in the 40s.
Yeah, it was like 60. Well, Saturday it was like 62. It was nice out. But
Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, we're usually in the 20s right now.
Well, yesterday we had all that rain.
I'm going to do a bench seminar during the Arnold. I don't know about a squat seminar. I haven't decided yet. Maybe August, something like that. A lot of the seminars I do now are ones I travel to go do. I should do more at the facility, but it's a lot to set up and get prepped. So I like to go other places where people don't have access to me. So the next one I'm doing, I think, is in Toronto in March, and then I'm doing one out in Washington, out in Seattle in May, and then got my bench seminar during the Arnold Classic in early March. Well, I don't really mind the cold. It's nice when it's cold out up here because it stays dark a lot of it goes dark around 5:30 and sun doesn't come up till close to 8. But if you're really focused on working out, it's perfect weather because you don't sweat as bad. You have more time to recover and relax and less distraction. So I don't know. I think that's why you see a lot of the strongest guys in the world from the Midwest is because of the weather. Because in the wintertime, they can just focus on training and sleeping. That's just my opinion, but
Not a whole lot to do.
yeah, not really. All right, let's do it. Let's
like all
back
the-
spot.
All the teams that we played like basketball against in the winter were out in the VFE, which is cornfields.
Yeah.
That's like all they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's go, Bubba.
Yeah.
Sit back, push out. Pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Go ahead.
6. Keep working it. 7. One more. Hit it. 8. Good. Good.
That last one I felt like I rounded.
That was like a workout for me.
A little bit. We just got to get more in your hips, The first a couple of them you started to break parallel. Most of them were at parallel, which is pretty good for just normal squatting, You get about half an inch below, which is good.
Yeah, I don't feel like I get very deep.
How tall are you, 6'2"?
2 or 3.
So he's 6'2", long torso, long femurs, and if you watch, he's going to break parallel on most of these reps. And I'm not pushing his depth too far. He's pretty tight from Friday's workout, which was a total motherfucker on the 3 times a week Patreon, which I try to tell people, like, working out 3 times a week if you have a manual labor job like these guys working on diesel trucks is extensive because you got so much beat down anyway. All right. Keep your chest up. Keep your shin straight. Break parallel. Good. 1. Good. 2. Good. 3. Good. 4. Sit back a little harder. Good. There it is. Just keep sitting back. There it is.
All right, Luke.
Keep working it. Get it.
Last one, come on.
Hit it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Last set, we're going to pull the 10, put a quarter on. It'll be a beefcake jump now. Now you're a man. You remember that movie Orgasmo? Or they're singing that song. Now you're a man. So I'll join you Patreon after work, even though I'm watching this at work. Glad to try it. Hopefully I don't get you fired, man. We need more guys like you. Yeah, I'm going to watch the OSU-Oregon game. I just don't ever trust OSU. They lose to Michigan, and Michigan wasn't even a ranked team. It was just, everybody's pretty pissed about that around here. I think it's the 4th year we've lost to Michigan, which I understood last year because they were the number 1 team in the country, but this year there was no excuse for it. I think OSU, for the level of football that we play here, I just don't understand why we don't get coaches like Urban Meyer, that's already had national titles. Like, to me, Ryan Day had never been in charge, as far as I know of another massive team with high success. They just kind of handed it over to him. It was the same thing with Tressel in a certain way. Tressel came from Youngstown State. And not that he wasn't a good coach either, because I knew Tressel probably better than all of them, but just because of Earl Bruce. I used to train Earl Bruce, which he was the head OSU coach from around, I want to say 77 or 76 to like 89. But yeah, it's like we should have Urban Meyer caliber coaches at OSU for the amount of money we spend and our fan base, and we just go and get these fucking scrubs, I think the best thing they probably should have done, in my opinion, was to keep, who was the guy that took over when Urban first left? Vrabel.
Oh,
Was it Vrabel or was it Fickle?
I think it's Fickle. But Fickle was between Tressel and Urban.
Oh no, not him. I'm thinking of
Maybe
Mike Vrabel. Or was Mike Vrabel like an assistant coach?
I don't think Vrabel ever coached, not even as an intern.
Really?
So it went straight from Urban to Ryan Day.
Yeah, somebody said
Ryan-
Fickle.
Ryan
Who coached?
Day-
Who coached after Urban though? Like right after Urban, they gave it to Day after Urban.
Yeah, he was the offensive.
I thought for sure that I don't know. I thought Vrabel coached him for like a year. Maybe I don't know, but to me, it's like they should get one of their alma mater guys that's really good, like a Vrabel or somebody like that. That makes sense. But to get somebody that's just a fucking no name as a coach of one of the top 3 to 5 of, the nation teams is ridiculous, and then paying them, God, how much is fucking Ryan Day getting paid a year to be a coach there? He's got to be 5-10 mil.
I think it's 9 or 10.
Yeah, where you're just like, dude, like, come on. Like Urban Meyer made sense. He won two national titles, and then we get him up here to be a coach. That makes sense. But like, guys that don't have any pedigree, I don't get it. Einhorn is Finkel, and Finkel is Einhorn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I'm surprised I didn't think about that. I always say this, laces out. Yeah, so I'm not really a huge. Finkel was at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He was the head coach of Cincinnati.
And now he's at Wisconsin, I believe.
Yeah, he in my opinion, he should have been the coach for OSU. He had the pedigree and was a player and all that shit.
I'd rather see him steal Marcus Freeman.
Freeman.
Freeman is a Buckeye.
It would have been really cool if they would have got Belichick. Because Belichick went to North Carolina. He's the head football coach now at North Carolina, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like all time, arguably one of the best coaches ever in the NFL, and they'd go into fucking North
I
Carolina.
didn't think that he would go back into coaching.
No, I would have quit.
Those guys that do it for their entire life, I think when they retire, they realize like it's really hard not to do it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if I was him, I would have just retired and went and banged all those young hookers that he's hanging out with all the time. He learned that from Kraft. You remember when Kraft, the guy that owned the Patriots, got busted at that massage parlor? You're like, dude, you have billions of dollars. Why wouldn't you just fly to Thailand where all that shit's legal? You're going to do it at Miami where everybody knows who you are. You know what I mean?
Well, they're all lady boys.
That's true, but hell, I mean, at that point, a hand's a hand.
Maybe it's more exciting when
It's better than getting sued.
Maybe it's more exciting.
You know what I always say? If it's through the drywall, it's not gay.
Matt Wenning quote. It's just a hand. It's better than getting sued.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a soft hand, is it a man?
See moisturizes.
You got one of them little Joey hands. I mean, I'll be cool with it. All right, let's do it. Hopefully, Joey's tuning in up in Akron.
Hi, Joe.
I mean, if Moose's hands comes through the drywall, I know I'm in trouble.
The drywall just starts to crack and this comes.
Boom. All right, let's go. We got this dude at the truck shop. It's like 6'6", like 380, 400. Chest up, 1. Come on now. 2, sit back a little harder.
Go, Matt.
3, good, a little deeper. 4, that's best 1. 5, come on.
Come on, Matt.
6,
Come on.
hit. 7, one more.
Last one.
Good job, bud. Hit. 8, not bad. Super close. Super close. If we can just get you to not dip forward on your knees at the bottom and push back into your hips. So what I want you to do is at home, find something low to sit on and just sit there for like 15 minutes a night.
Try and stretch it out.
Push your knees out, be below parallel, and just sit there. So, I got hit by that car when I was a kid, and so when I first learned how to squat, I didn't have very good mobility because I was like 13, 12. And my coach had me do that, and I did it for about 6 months, and my squat form became impeccable. Like, especially at that time of my career. But like then, because I was lifting USAPL, so it had to be fucking 3 inches below parallel. So I had to really train that, and that's how I figured it out.
I feel like it's binding. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
like I can't go further, so
No.
maybe it's a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just stretch it out and see. Some people don't have the hip sockets to go deeper either, and that's the other problem with a lot of people too, is like some people don't have the hip sockets to go below parallel.
Yeah, I can go.
Well, that's because you used to be a stripper.
Hey. Like on the narrow squats, I can go to my butt.
Really?
On my tank, like smooches the ground. But I can't lift.
That's how you pick up the money over at the, what do they call that place you used to dance at? The manhole?
The muscle.
The mud hole, yeah.
I think
The mud hole. All right, let's go.
All right, Luke.
Come on. Take your time. Every one of them below parallel now. Sit back when you get down in the bottom. Put it in your hammies. Chest up, knees out. Get it. There it is. 1. That was good. Hit it. 2. Hit it. 3. Hit it. 4. Hit it. 5. 3 more. Hit it. 6. Come on now.
Come on, Luke, 2 more.
Hit it. 7. 1 more.
Last one.
Hit it. 8. Good job.
All right.
I'm going to make a special video that's going to go on Patreon for butt wink and why it's bad. I need to have my skeletal anatomy of my vertebrae to kind of give you an idea of why butt winking is bad, especially on a back squat, and why you want to sit back and keep your butt sticking out. But what you're watching is an 8 rep max to around a 7.5, 8 RPE. And we're doing that on the 3 times a week Patreon because these guys are up on their feet working on heavy diesel trucks 50 hours a week. So we have to build the strength up really slow and focus on the right muscles. So it'd be interesting to see videos of like when these guys first squatted starting about a year ago to now and see the differences in their technique and how much better it's getting. For most people that have technical issues in the squat, it's because they're not patient enough and they're not doing the right muscle groups in order to change the motor pattern. So how you squat is a direct indicator of which muscles you know how to work and which ones you don't know how to work. So I'll talk to you guys later.